What's going on, guys? We're back. Talk to Talk podcast. We're back for Fight Night Part 2. We're going to be talking about this fight that's happening tomorrow. We're going to have Anthony Fiore on the podcast today. We're going to have Jonny Balakas joining us in a short bit. And, of course, we got Alec Rodriguez and Ellis Schwartz here. How you guys doing today?
We're doing well.
Doing great. How about you, Gambino?
I'm ready to talk about this fight. We're missing Jack Winsett right now. Shout out to Jack Winsett. He's at Eastern baseball practice. Love him. He could not make it today. But we're going to get right into this. What's the latest news you guys are hearing about the fight?
According to my sources, I hear that a warrant has been put out for Harris's arrest due to his violation of parole. This is not good news. Many people believe that this is an attempt to have this fight canceled by Harris's team. And, personally, as an unbiased source, I personally just, it's hard for me to believe that this is not purposely done. That's all I got to say about that.
Ellis, What do you have to say?
I agree. I mean, obviously, it seems like it seemed before at least, like he really wanted to go through with it and follow through and actually go fight Fiore. But at this point, I'm not sure because in the last couple hours, he's kind of backed down and he's making excuses.
Absolutely. I think that I agree with you guys in the fact that Harris is definitely using this as an excuse to try to get out of the fight, because I think after he saw the overwhelming support that Fiore was getting in fight night and the countless number of people that were taking him over or taking Fiore over Harris or himself, it definitely lowered his spirits, and he was definitely looking for anything that could possibly get this fight canceled. Now, I heard that we have some prop bets that we were going to go over in the event that a fight does happen. Ellis, I want to hear them. I know you wrote down the list.
I did.
Yeah.
All right. So, obviously, the first one everyone wants to know, how long does it last? So, I'm going to set the line at, let's say, a minute. You guys going over or under?
Allow me to go first. I'm taking the over. I think this fight is definitely going to be over a minute long. Now, it depends on when you start the count, because if we're starting at the first punch, it can definitely be under. But if we're starting when we say go, there's definitely going to be that time where they're just walking around waiting for the first fight to be thrown.
Right, there might not be action for a while. What do you think, Alec?
Yeah, I'm going to agree with Gambino here. I think that it's going to be over. It's just hard for me to see someone go down within a minute.
Right, and obviously we would like to see a nice, short, clean fight, because when these kind of things start getting strung out to over a minute or two, they just get boring because people stop throwing punches.
And
which brings me to my next question. Obviously, if they're out there for a while, it's kind of cold, obviously, because we live in the Northeast, and the question is, how long will it be before someone complains about how cold it is?
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
I'm setting the line at 30 seconds.
Or it could be who complains first.
Ooh, who complains? That's a good one, too. I mean,
because I think it's going to be Harris that's complaining first. Absolutely.
Right. And he's complained over text before, too, already.
Absolutely. Okay, I say we do two, 3 more prop bets, and then we get back into our analysis of the fight, bring Jonny Balakas aboard, and then end it with Fiore.
Okay, let's do one more.
One more.
All right. How many people will Harris challenge to a fight between now and the actual fight? We're assuming that it's going to happen. So I'm setting the line at 3. Over or under?
Man. I'm gonna take the under.
I'll go first on this one.
I'm gonna take the under.
Go ahead, Gambino.
I'm gonna take the under only because Harris is definitely in that mode where he's all like, oh, I can't go out now. I can't do this, I can't do that. So he's not gonna be worrying about other people at this point.
Yeah, I'm exactly on the same page as you, Gambino. I'm definitely taking that under. I think that because if this fight does not happen, too many people are going to be bothering Harris, and he's just going to go on ghost mode, basically. And he's just going to try his best to not get into anything else.
Right. I think he's starting to realize the implications of what he's doing.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Now, have your opinions on the two fighters changed at all physically? Like, because I know we all took Fiore, but do you think that there's any chance? Like, do you believe in Harris more now today than you did yesterday?
To be honest, not really. I mean, he looks the same. I mean, he hasn't put on significant weight since yesterday, which is understandable. And I mean, he seems like he's less mentally adept to fight than he was yesterday.
Definitely.
Yeah, if you were to tell me this at about 10:30 morning, I would definitely say yes. Harris is ready to go. He's ready to fight Fiore. I think he had a better chance of winning next time. People wanting to end this fight, and I thought that was going to hype him up. But recently, with this whole warrant thing, his hopes are really down, and he's mentally not in the right state.
Absolutely. All right, guys. The moment you all been waiting for, Jonny Balakas has joined us to give his take on the fight. Jonny, how you doing today?
Howdy.
Now, I'm not sure if you're aware of the recent implications, but Harris is now calling that he got a detention and his parents won't let him go out this weekend. Are you aware of that?
I am certainly aware of it. I think he planned this whole thing up. I think he knew it was going to go down, and I think he got scared of Fiore, and he just said, I got to do something quick, and skipped over him and got a detention.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't agree with you more. We were all on the same page. But say this fight does happen, who are you taking first off?
My best bet would be on Fiore.
Definitely.
If you're going to go with Harris, you got to reconsider your choice. It's clear that Fiore is going to win this fight.
Wow.
That's a strong take.
What's your reason why? Like, is it physical or mental? Like, why do you have Fiore in an overwhelming victory?
I just think, Harris is going to walk up there and he's going to say some smart mouth stuff. If Fiore's going to pop him, and Harris is going to go down just like that. Harris got the long arms, but they're like sticks. They can break easy.
That's
good analogy.
Yeah, that's very much what Ellis said yesterday. That he has the long arms, but without the strength, what really are they?
Yeah, what are they? What are they good for?
Exactly. Now we just did some prop bets earlier. I want to get your take on it. Who complains about the cold weather first?
Harris. Definitely Harris. First thing Harris is going to say, he's going to walk out there. That's the first thing he's going to say is complaining about the cold weather.
That I can very much see that happening. Now, I want to take this from the other side. What does Harris have to do to win this fight?
I think what Harris has to do to win this fight is sneak a quick one on him.
Definitely.
Yeah, get lucky. He's got to, while they're out there, while they're talking to each other, before they start fighting, Harris got to swing a quick punch before anything goes down.
Ellis, what are your thoughts on that?
Dirty a little bit.
Yeah, that's what he's got to do. He's got to cheat.
Ellis, what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I couldn't have said it better myself. I mean, Jonny Balakas with just one of the better takes I've heard in the past few hours on this fight. Congrats, Jonny.
Yeah, thank you.
Alec, what are your thoughts on Johnny's claim that Harris will need to make a quick one on him and play a little dirty to win this fight?
That's real interesting. I think it's going to take. I can, in a way, agree with that, but at the same time, I think that he's just going to want to have a classic boxing match, because if he tries to do something dirty, Fiore could easily take him to the ground. I don't think he wants Fiore's ground game. because clearly Fury's ground game is going to be superior to his just because of strength. But definitely, if he does pull a quick one, it'll really get scrappy and interesting out there.
Yeah,
and people forget that that most of your power comes from your legs, and Fury just happens to be a catcher, which means he has really strong legs. So when you work from the ground up and that force comes from your feet to your fingers, it's bad news.
Absolutely.
And let's not forget Harris's 4.5 foot long legs. Those are important.
Definitely. But I want to go back to Alex's point. I think it's huge that the fact that they said that if Harris does get dirty with it, we all know that Fury's definitely going to get dirty with it, and that's not the game that Harris wants to play.
Yeah. I'd be scared if I were in Harris shoes right now.
All right. Thank you for joining us, Johnny.
Thank you for having
We'll
me.
see you there 4 p.m. tomorrow at the Kill.
See you there.
See you, Johnny.
See you there. Peace.
Good job.
All right, guys. We're awaiting the entrance of Anthony Fiore, but before the fight, before we get to him, and obviously he's going to come on and give his take on it. I want to shift this back to Harris and what he can do to win, because I heard what Jonny said. He said get dirty with it. But what do you two have to say? Alec, I'll start with you. What can Harris do to win this fight?
He's just going to have to make this a classic old-style boxing match. Anything else, anything that involves anyone being lifted off the ground, anything that involves being put to the floor, it's just not going to end pretty. I think that he could have a chance if he keeps this strictly to boxing and really just goes for head shots against Fiore.
Ellis, what do you have to say?
So, I think that honestly, we might be saying that Harris is a little worse than he actually is, just to get the juices flowing with all the fighters. But I think if Fury comes out, I mean, we've never seen him fight before, right? If he just comes out and he's not very good at just the act of punching, I think Harris has a chance.
Definitely. I mean, the thing we forget to realize is that Harris is a pretty tall kid, and obviously Fury's the favorite. He's stronger and all that, but we forget that this fight can go either way. I mean, I think a lot of people like to bet against Harris just to get him going and talking and stuff, but the truth is he can very much win this fight with a few shots to the head, because if he can get Fury down and he gets his juices flowing, like, we've never seen that side of Harris before, and I think that ultimately he can win this fight.
Completely agree.
I agree with that.
Anthony Fiore, are you with us?
Yes, sir.
How you doing today?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing good, Anthony. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. So, for everyone there, Anthony Fiore has now joined us, and I want to shift this over to Ellis. Ellis, what do you have to say to Anthony?
So, my question for you is, what have you been doing to prepare for the fight?
Well, I have boxing gloves at home, so, I've been shadow boxing in the mirror. I was about to put on Rocky 2, my favorite movie, because it's all about that redemption against Harris. I mean, Harris is he's a pencil head, you know what I mean? I nicknamed him Tycon because the man's just skinny as shit. Sorry for my profanity, but I look at him and I can't keep a straight face, man. So, I'm just, get myself hyped up by watching some Rocky 2. Because we all remember Rocky 2. Rocky beats Apollo.
Absolutely.
I'm trying to win this fight.
Now, I love the whole Tycon thing, but
hilarious.
What do you? It's great. It's great. But right now? Are you taking this in a way of like comedy? Are you serious about this fight? Because like when you get there, are you just gonna be like calling him Tycon, or are you gonna get down to the business?
Well, obviously, before the fight, I'm trying to make it entertaining for the people.
Absolutely.
It's not just cool if I just go in there and just beat them up. I gotta make it entertaining. Gotta make it fun to watch. So
Absolutely.
I gotta hype it up. Joel Embiid on the Sixers, he likes to hype up basketball out there. Make it a little entertaining, not just a game. Entertainment. But once we ring the bell, it's over. Ty Khan will be broken in half.
All right. All I got to say is one thing. Are you aware that Rocky lost and Rocky won?
I am aware. But that was when...
What are your thoughts on Harris trying to use that against you and saying that Apollo Creed beat Rocky? And that's the guy you're playing. You're playing as Rocky. He thinks he's Apollo Creed.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but this man was saying that Rocky lost to Apollo when I was saying Rocky in his prime. That's Rocky 2, Rocky 3, and Rocky 4. Rocky destroyed all of his opponents, Rocky 2, 3, and 4. And Rocky 1.
All right. Okay. We don't need. You're getting off topic now. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Now, what do you think you need? Wait. Time out. What are your keys to winning this fight? I just need to ask you that right now.
What are my keys?
Yeah.
Well, everybody's been saying that it's just one punch. I just gotta land one. I gotta land one on Harris, and then once he stumbles because he's weak, gotta hit him again, and again. And again, and then it's over.
All right. Time out. Now, do you have a strategic plan? Are you gonna punch first? Are you gonna let him take the first punch? What is your plan?
Don't answer that. Don't let him know your plan. Thanks for coming on, Fiore. I'm sorry.
We have to cut you off.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you very much, Ellis. Thank you, Gambino. Thank you, A-Rod.
Hey, Fiore. Great talking to you.
See you guys tomorrow.
Later.
All right, guys. Alec, I want to start with you. What are your thoughts on Anthony Fiore's words right there?
You can just tell by the way he continues to ramble, by the way he's speaking, with the intensity in which he speaks, that I think that he's motivated for this fight. Fiore at school, everywhere we go, he's just a nice guy. Not many people hate this kid, and to see him speak this way towards someone is really just shocking to me, and it really shows that I think that he's serious about this fight.
Ellis, how about you?
My final thoughts before I got to get out of here are that Fiore seems very loose, and in my experiences is better. In my baseball experiences, is better to play loose than tight. And I think the same thing applies for fighting. So that's my final thoughts.
Thank you. All right, guys, that's going to wrap us up for our second edition of the Fight Night special podcasts for Talk the Talk. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We will be doing a pre-game podcast where we go over everything right before the fight. And we'll also be there post-game talking about what happened, maybe some interviews. I'll let you guys know. Thank you guys for joining us. I'm Anthony Gambino, Alec Rodriguez, Ellis Schwartz. We had a fun time today, didn't we?
Hey, great time.
Great talking to you guys. I'll see you later.
All right, see ya.